So with that, let's go ahead and welcome on our Steelers fans to do some SKOLing with the enemies.
Look at that. That's precisely what we wanted was that beer right there, baby.
That's right, brothers. How you guys doing?
Great. How
We're
about
doing good. How
yourself?
you guys doing?
What's going
Doing well,
on?
man. Got some late night podcasting out here on the East Coast, brother.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it's late
Tell
for you
me
guys. So
about it.
thank you for agreeing to it. I don't feel bad for my guys, but I do feel bad for you guys.
Why you bring up Chase Claypool, man? Why you bring
I
up
know,
Cole
man. I was
stuff,
about to
man?
just- I was ready to
Well,
hang up
because
with you.
hey, man, that was the last game that we played, and I know you guys remember that because you guys were driving to go and try to tie this thing up, and he's there dancing for a first
PTSD,
down,
man.
making a TikTok.
No, we've disowned Chase Claypool a whole long time ago. That he's
Yeah, I
stricken
don't
from
even
the
know if he's
record.
on a team right now.
No, no,
He's on Team FedEx or something,
no. He was
maybe. I
a
don't
clown, man. Certified
Selling
clown.
insurance.
Yeah.
know. Exactly.
Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us about your channel and your background as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
All right, I'll go first as well. So, I'm Dudek. We started the Bird Cave a few years ago, and honestly, Gabe and I, and we have a large group of friends that come on here and there when time permits. We just started off just by recording ourselves and just posting it with no advertising, no nothing. We did it almost like you would use a photo album. We'd go back and we would clown each other for the dumb things we would say about that. That's what it started off, right? And then it just started catching steam here and there. So there's probably the last 8 months or so, Gabe and I have really put forth the effort to grow the channel, with Twitter, Facebook and things like that. So it's just a really fun channel where we talk ball. I do a lot with some guys with Pitt football and, with their podcast. Excuse me, they come on ours. Gabe will go on and do stuff with them as well too. So it's kind of like a big man cave community where we talk football, college. We drink and review brews, like you'll see you guys doing all the brews, man. What man cave, do you have? You talk football and you don't have a beer. So, GB, you want to take the baton there and tell us what else we do since we're all in the same
It's
podcast?
funny you said that because I'm actually cleansing right now. Imagine that, right? We ain't even
Yeah, you are
drinking
cleansing,
today,
yeah.
right? So,
Give us a bad name, bro.
my man, yeah, absolutely. So, my name's GB. Coming through from the 412. That's what we do over here. 412 is our area code. Born and raised here. Been a big Steeler fan. Overall just a big football fan.
Yeah.
In general. We have a lot of respect for the Minnesota organization, as Coach T comes from the Minnesota organization as a DC.
Yes, sir.
So we feel that. So and then now you guys got Flores, and it's a nice trade off. So anyways, but no, been a big football fan, and love just building relationships with other fan bases, if you will. I think sometimes out here in the Twitters, as we call it, people start to yap at each other and all that stuff, and it could get out of control. I love having good-hearted banter. I love talking trash, you know what I mean, and having some fun, and meeting some new friends, and maybe having a beer later on together at some point. So yeah, this will be a good time, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and real quick on that too. I actually even have a small connection to the Minnesota area. I played because I played college football at a smaller D1 school here in Pittsburgh, and I played for a coach. Well, I didn't play for not my position, but it used to be Minnesota coach, Dan Radakovich. And he was back. It's a long ways back and stuff too.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he also has a Super Bowl IX ring from the Steeler Viking Super Bowl. But he had a stint, I believe, with Minnesota. I can't remember where, but it was really a pleasure playing for him in college, man. Just the knowledge you have just from him, and rest in peace to him as well. But he was I can't remember when and where he coached it with you guys, but it was pretty cool.
Sweet. Well, we also have another Steelers fan joining us.
Oh,
He got the temper. No, he got to go. He got to go. Never
what's
mind.
going on, man? What's going on? We in here. Still in nation,
I love the
baby.
hat, man.
Let's go.
Let's go. We here.
We got
Tell me
Meach
what's
from
going
the-
on, man.
We got Meach from Steel Talk. Hey, Meach. So, tell us about your channel and your background as a Pittsburgh Steeler fan.
All right. My channel Still Talk. I recently just started that right before the draft So around like April, March. Yeah, I'm just a fan and love talking ball. So I get on there. Me and my good friend, Big Jack, his name Devin. He's a Bengals fan. Thank you guys for doing that for me. Y'all handled business last week. Best believe I got on him. He's missing right now. So hopefully next week, maybe after this game, about a week or so, we can get back on. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for the opportunity. Reaching out to me to join in, and I love talking. You see the energy.
Hey, I love the energy, man. That makes everything better. And I'm glad you wore the hat because I see some of your videos and stuff, and I say, "Oh, the hat." He's like, "He better wear the hat." I should.
Oh yeah. I take it everywhere I go.
So Meech.
Wait, is this him?
Say it again.
Is this him?
Yeah, Big J. That's him right there.
He's not missing no more.
Oh man, yeah, man. I appreciate you guys, though. Appreciate that the whooping you gave to him.
Yes, sir.
It's very proud.
So, Meech, what are your thoughts on the Vikings as a whole? Like when you think about the Minnesota Vikings, what are your thoughts? Not just this year, but just as a whole.
As a whole, man, good franchise. Like one of the teams that you cannot count out. As soon as you think you got the upper hand, they'll mollywop you, especially on defense. So right now, I think y'all a couple pieces away. I was hoping last year y'all was gonna take it all the way there. I was banking on you to go all the way there. So I see a couple more pieces. A couple more pieces away, but y'all door is open.
Man, I gotta ask all you guys this. Aaron Rodgers at 41 years old is your quarterback. How do you guys feel about that? Like, were you excited to sign him? Are you happy with him? Do you not like it? Dudek, take it first.
So when it was like the worst kept secret in the offseason that Aaron Rodgers was coming here. Yeah. All of the fun rumors of he's holding our team hostage and he's a cancer in the locker room, all this garbage, which it was hilarious. As far as me, and GB, I know shares the same sentiments, and obviously he'll go with this as well, is our expectations were we're having a quarterback come in that just needs to steer the ship. We're not getting MVP Aaron Rodgers. It was unrealistic to think that. I like what he's doing at the line of scrimmage, getting in and out of plays, checking plays. I mean, he's given the ability to get out of there, which is, for some reason, Russell Wilson, after the Bengals game last year, was supposedly stripped of that. And that's why you saw 44 points against the Bengals, which is, their defense is a mess anyway. But then it was just a sharp nosedive in the offensive performance. Something didn't click with offensive coordinator Arthur Smith and Russell Wilson. But Aaron Rodgers, so far, the protection's been shaky, but I like what he's doing just because of what he can do at the line of scrimmage.
You agree with him, GB? You happy with Aaron Rodgers?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. It's good to have a competent quarterback again. It's been some time, post Ben Roethlisberger, dealing with the Mitchell Trubisky's of the world and the Kenny Pickett's of the world, and it's crazy. Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. It's good to have somebody that's an intelligent quarterback. I like to call him a point guard. Use him as a point guard and allow him to get the ball to the people that are open, and that's exactly what you need for this type of team, I believe, because this is going to be this defense is going to be the thing that's going to really steer the ship. They just have to kind of manage it as we go along, right? Dudek and I have been saying this for a while. They scored 24-27. They're going to be a very dangerous team to beat, and that's really the goal. Get them 24, 27 points a game, man. And I think we got a shot, and it's cool because I think Aaron Rodgers can get us there. I really do. I think that as you'll notice, as Mike Tomlin always talks about the menu, right? The menu of options. Well, I feel like they've been kind of limited early. Well, they didn't play any preseason. You're getting some new people in, so I think you're going to start seeing some of the menu open up, specifically in this game. So stay tuned.
So you two are high on Aaron Rodgers. Meet you with them on that?
Yeah, I gotta go ahead and go with it. Aaron Rodgers is doing this thing. Our offensive line got to block, got to get better. and I think we'll see more out of him. He made some throws, man. You got to look at it just like, yeah, he still got it. He's still that bad, man. So shout out to him. Offensive line just got to give him some help.
Cody, what do you think about us having to face Aaron Rodgers again? Does it worry you at all, or do you think? What do you think?
Every time we play Aaron Rodgers, it always worries me. He makes throws that you don't think a normal human being can make. You know, like he just have the ball by his ear and it's like a flick of his wrist and the ball shot 40 yards down the field, or he hits a perfect breadbasket throw. I know how to beat him, right? In my opinion, we've seen it in the past couple years is the pressure, right? There's this big thing, Aaron Rodgers 70% against the blitz. Well, he wasn't 70% against our blitz. You know, he's never really 70% against the Vikings blitz. Something like that, it rattles him and I don't know. It could be the many years he played against us to where now he's playing B flow. We saw it last year against the Jets. So Aaron Rodgers will always scare me. Aaron Rodgers, Hall of Fame quarterback at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if he's 41 or 51. The dude is still legit no matter where he is at in this league or what age he's at.
Shaq, what about you? What do you feel about facing a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers?
Well, it kind of worried me, like even when we played them last year when he was on the Jets. Even though we beat the Jets, it was just that last drive where we could have just easily lost that game if Stephen Gilmore didn't catch that last second interception. Because even when Aaron Rodgers throws an interception, he's always going to keep the offense within a chance to win the game. So that's what you kind of account for when you got Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, is a chance to win the game no matter what happens.
Yeah, even Aaron Rodgers' interceptions look good for him. You know, like that's just how good of a quarterback he is. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched too much of the Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers, but when we played him against the Jets, man, it looked like the arm was dead. So you guys are saying no?
Oh no!
Oh nah.
Mobility is definitely
the mobility's dead,
lacking.
But no, not the arm.
I was actually at camp. I was at camp, and his arm is as live as a 25-year-old arm.
Yeah,
that has not. I'm telling you right now, I'm not saying it.
Quarterback going to the Jets, having a dead arm, and then going to their next team and.
Well, you also remember the arm. The arm is not all just arm. It's about the feet, the legs, the throwing at. When you tear your Achilles, you don't you throw with a base. You don't throw with an arm. I mean, you guys know. I mean, like guys like Favre and other guys that are just like generational arms, and Rodgers could be that too. But as you get older, you need everything else. And the way he throws, he can still make some off center throws if you call it those, but. Trust me when I say this. The mobility is not there. He's mobile enough. The arm is not an issue at all.
Yeah.
At all.
When we played him, I think it was a Van Ginkel on the defensive line interception, and then the second interception came to Gilmore at the end of the game when he was driving the field. Like he still got that arm. He's still that man.
Yeah. Arm is not dead.
Yeah, I think Aaron got 3 interceptions. One of them, you can really kind of say it was on Aaron. But at the same time, Pat, you got to stop falling back. You just sit in the zones. Stop drifting. Just sit there in the zones and let them hit you.
The one interception against Seattle that was tipped. It was meant for Freiermuth, and actually Kelvin Austin broke back on it where he should have stayed in the corner. It was tipped and intercepted. The one against New England was 100% on Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness,
100%.
Yeah.
So you guys sound pretty confident in Aaron Rodgers, and that's cool. I think we're gonna get after him. What is your guys' concern? Like, what's your weakness that you're afraid of the Vikings exposing in this game?
Oh, it's easy. It's the offensive line. I mean, it's plain and simple.
Go on.
You know, we are our offensive line is. I mean, we've invested a lot of high draft picks in the offensive line over the past couple of years, but they are still very, very young and very, very green, right? And that is a real problem. Now, interesting stat, last week against New England, we gave up 0 sacks. But if you were watching that game, you would have never thought that we didn't give up any sacks because that dude was getting destroyed. He was getting destroyed.
Go on.
This was absolutely happening. This is real, man. Like, And that's the part that concerns me the most.
Yep.
There's a way to, kind of circumvent that. They have to start getting their guys in space, some of their playmakers in space better. The Jalen Warrens, the Calvin Austins, the guys that got some speed, they got to get them in space a little bit more, and then start working with these big boys, these big tight ends, man. Stick route to what I like to call Lieutenant Hightower, Mount Washington, easy stick route. That dude's 6'8", man, and almost 300 pounds. I mean, how you
He's
gonna
a cheat
stop
code.
that? He's an
He's a cheat
absolute
code.
cheat code, and they don't use him enough. So, but yeah, the offensive line is definitely a great concern, and we're gonna find out early, if they're gonna be able to hold up or not, and I'm a little bit concerned about that.
So is that 3 offensive lines for you guys, or do one of you got something different?
I will also add a little bit what he touched on the wide receivers. I want to see DK Metcalf get more open in space and add more to his game. In the dig routes, quick slants through the middle of the field. I think that's one of y'all weakness that we could probably target this week. But yeah, off rip, offensive line is number one. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the weak link of the offensive line, actually, who's not been playing well, is Siomalo, the veteran we got from Philly.
The veteran, right?
Yeah,
he needs to be out there. He needs to be out there helping Broderick Jones, who's got all the athletic ability in the world. But there are communication breakdowns on the offensive line that's causing issues. And what Meach said too is, I agree, the wide receivers need to perform better. But we were just talking. GB and I were just talking on our live we had earlier. Earlier this evening. I can't talk. It's too late. Is the one thing that they can do with that, what Meach was talking about, is where's the mesh concepts, right? Where the mesh concepts to get these guys in space to run. You got Calvin Austin's a blazer, Roman Wilson's a blazer, Scotty Miller is another guy who won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay with Brady.
Oh, he's still around, huh?
Yeah, he's like an Edelman type, right? He's not, and he's fast, right? But then you do things like that, you create more opportunities for someone like DK who can, work that field. And then, like Gabe was saying, man, Washington down the middle at 6'8", 300. I could throw him the ball. You know what I mean? Freiermuth, okay. Then Jonnu Smith is more of a receiver. So the opportunities are there, but the offensive line, I'm definitely worried.
I have yet to see one double move by any of our receivers under Arthur Smith. I've yet to see one whip route. I haven't seen a whip route, you know what I mean? A sluggo. I ain't seen none of it. I ain't seen none of that yet. We're waiting patiently.
So, Fish, how do you feel hearing it? Like, without a doubt, their weakness is their offensive line. How does that make you feel as a Viking fan?
As a Vikings fan, it makes me feel like we're going to have 0 pressure, 0 sacks, and because that's just how we roll, right? I mean, it could play right into what we needed to. The strength of our defense, well, no, I honestly can't say the strength of our defense is our front seven, because looks like about the only weakness we have on our defense right now is our interior linebackers. And that's only one interior linebacker, and he got better last week too. I don't know, man. Here's my thing, right? My concern about Aaron Rodgers is this. A lot of B-Flow's effectiveness on defense is the art of deception in the pre-snap. You can't do that with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is too seasoned. He's seen so much. Sure, we can get pressure on him, but the pre-snap shenanigans, to go with the kerfuffle, Cody, pre-snap shenanigans that B-Flow likes to do to throw things off, they just aren't going to work on him. And that's my big concern on the defensive side of the ball.
I remember the same conversation about the Jets from last year. Is we won't disguise our looks. B-Flow can't disguise his looks against Aaron Rodgers, and we did that.
How much we win that game by, Cody?
Hey, still 2 picks, disguise the look.
Cody, how much we win that game by?
7, 6.
7, 6.
Okay. It ain't like we won by 2 scores or nothing. I mean, 3 picks and we beat them by 1 score. Woo!
So, Shaq, how does that make you feel that they're saying that their weakness is their offensive line with yes, it's Aaron Rodgers, but it's not a mobile Aaron Rodgers. Like, do you think we can get after this guy?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say their weakness is their offensive line. I'm surprised they didn't mention that run game that's 31st.
Well, it's
That's
because
part
of
of
the
it.
That
offensive
stems
line.
from the
I mean, that could be because of the
That's
offensive
part
line.
of
The
it.
offensive line.
But it could be, but I've been seeing like Warren and Gainwell. They probably gain some yards, but most of the time it's kind of like even when you have a bad offensive line, the running back at least got to make one person miss or at least try to fight forward to that first tackle.
I was gonna
One
say,
person
interesting you
missed,
say
not
that.
three.
Yeah, interesting you say that though too, Shaq,
Hey.
because against New England, in the first couple drives were amazing. Like
Yep.
the scripting was on point. We were getting a lot of outside zone outside runs out there, and we were doing a little bit of misdirection, couple counters and stuff, and they were really working out very well. And it looked like Jalen Warren was going to have his first 100-yard his first 100-yard game, and then all of a sudden popcorn started to happen, as Coach Mike T calls it. We get a penalty here, penalty there, and then next thing you know, we're not able to run the ball because now instead of it being 2nd and 5, it's 2nd and 13, or 3rd and 12. We were getting into those 3rd and long situations that kind of thwarted the run game. I do think that our run game can be. I think it can be better. And I do think if they do a little bit more of the longer handoffs, the ball, the flare passes and stuff like that to Jalen, that'll open some things up. I'm a OC by trade. I coached a lot of years in youth and middle school and all that. But I'm a student of the game, man. And one thing that you have to do is you have to create conflict with the defense. The one thing I like, if I was attacking the Minnesota Vikings defense right now, I am right with this stack, with this group, I'm setting up RPOs all day long, man. I'm running inside zone when I'm running Calvin Austin on a flare. You're going to have to make a decision on who you're going to have to stop. You're going to worry about Calvin with the speed. You're going to worry about Jalen coming here with the inside zone. It's your choice. Your boy DK with a slant. Those type of things. I think that if they do a little bit more of that this game, it can be. And Fish made an awesome point to the pre-snap. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that pre-snap, and I think tempo is another thing that will stop the disguising. You run tempo, you speed that up a little bit. You don't have time to disguise, right?
Yep.
So you put those those slight adjustments to what we're already doing. I think you'll see the offense open up a little bit more.
My problem with your guys' run game is you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? You are the hard-nosed football teams. It should be I formation, run that thing right up the center, off the guard. The NFL's gotten cute with these off zones, these outside zone runs. Not many inside zone coming here and there anymore, right? You're the Pittsburgh Steelers. Get back to what the Pittsburgh Steelers know how to do. Is just run that ball down your throat, right? You get 3 or 4 yards here and there. And if you don't get those 3 or 4 yards, let's say you only get a yard, here, you only get a -1 yard, you still keep pounding because you're there to break that defense down. And I'm a big Iowa Hawkeye fan, right? I think you got a running back that you drafted, in the 2nd round. If you just feed him the ball more than 2 times, he only has 2 carries in the whole season. If you feed him the ball more times over the lifespan of the game, you'd have a Jordan Mason on your team like we do. Keep feeding that guy the ball. He's a big back. You are used to big bruising backs. Jerome Bittis, LeGarrette Blount. You keep feeding those boys the ball. It breaks the defense down. Get your identity back as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Hard nosed, beat it down your throat.
Mr. Caleb Johnson's not ready yet.
Yeah,
he's
not ready.
Let me ask you a question about your.
He's not
Let
ready.
me ask you a question about your 1st round draft pick.
Yeah,
because I was pretty warm on Derek Harmon in the draft. My DT1
Shout
of
out to
choice was
D-Hard.
Kenneth Grant, and then Derek Harmon was probably my number 2. And I saw where he missed the first 2 weeks with the knee injury.
That's
But
correct.
then he what two tackles and a sack last week.
He played 50% of the snaps.
How's the eye test looking on him other than the stats?
Disruptive.
So we're disruptive, and I'll let other guys get in this too. So when we were talking about GB and I and others were talking about it, we wanted Harmon as a first round pick because what we wanted to create, we had a D lineman here that his career ended before it had, which was Stephon Tuitt.
Yes.
We were
That's
looking
good.
at the future of Keanu Benton and Derek Harmon becoming the new Cam Hayward and Stephon Tuitt. Those two, even whenever it was more of a 2-4-5 nickel base, because the 3-4 is almost gone. The Casey Hamptons are gone, right? As much as we love them. Those two guys together could be very disruptive, and I am very high on Derek Harmon. I think you're going to see he's going to play, obviously, a lot more than 50% of the snaps on that. He is a disruptor. He is a pass rusher. He complements Cam because what we want to do, we can squeeze another year or so out of Cam, but we can't rely on him as being the number one guy. Other guys, these young guys, got to give Cam a break. But Harmon is the real deal. I'll leave you with this on this too, because you guys were talking about stats and Steelers ranked this and the Vikings ranked that. Listen, we're in week 3. There's a lot of stats that are bloated one way or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys. I mean, listen. I have the
like a 2-1 record.
I have the utmost respect for the Minnesota Vikings defense, right? I think it's one of the best 3 or 4 defenses in the league. Utmost respect.
Mm-hmm.
But Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, and Jake Browning are not quarterbacks that you're going to like. You're going to go, oh, wow, we could shut those guys down. Same with the Steelers defense. Our pass defense is terrible. We're missing Joey Porter, Elliott as well, and then we're trying to break in Ramsey and those other guys. It's not as bad. I'm not saying it's great, but it's not as bad as it's portrayed to be. So, but the long-winded answer, Harmon will be great, and I think this might be as we start to shape who the Steelers truly are, like Gabe was saying. They're building something. It's definitely not there yet, but the Steelers are building something. Let's just hope they can execute because Minnesota is obviously a very, very high-quality football team.
Hey,
I
Fish,
want
let
to
me
piggyback off
okay.
what we just said about the quarter. I'll let you go, GB, but I just want to say this real quick about the quarterbacks we faced. I believe at the end of this game that it'll come out that Caleb Williams had a better game against our defense than Aaron Rodgers did.
That's very well. I mean, he threw for 198 yards, but Caleb Williams is feast or famine. I'm not high on him at all. I thought he was.
He survived because he was mobile. Aaron Rodgers is not. I'm not scared as my colleagues here of Aaron Rodgers at the 41-year-old that's not mobile. I'm just not. And this might come back to bite me, and this might be a clip that gets played that we laugh at. But I am not scared of Aaron Rodgers, and I don't think he's going to have a good day at all.
I got
so
you.
What were you going to say, GB, about
I
Harmon?
was just going to add to what Fish was saying about Derek Harmon. He's not the only one, too. We picked up a gem, and I didn't know anything about this guy, but I guess, Cody, you're an Iowa fan. Y.A. Black is the steal of our draft. Let me tell you.
The behemoth.
Dude is an absolute monster. I think they thought that I think all the scouts thought that he was only going to be like a 1 tech or 0 tech. No. Not at all. This dude can move, and he can move. He can go gap to gap, sideline. You know, he can tilt. This guy.
What round you get him in?
He's like a
fifth round.
Oh, the fifth round.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Kudos to Carl. Kudos to Coach Dunbar for getting this guy ready to play too. Yep.
Yeah.
Fifth round.
Big fan.
Yeah, Terry Ingram Dawkins, Fish. I think we like him too.
Yeah.
Do we?
One's just
a big. 3 of us do.
One's a big beast. The other one's a tweener. So, and the tweener's been working out for us too in the run game. So, Y.A. Black, the phenomenal player. He was like the number 3 recruit coming out of high school for the defensive line.
Oh, is that right?
I were recruiting him. So, like, he is the legit guy. It's like it's almost like you had that. You know, he's so highly touted. College, you know, you're playing with that Iowa defense. You're part of that Iowa defense. That was you bet the under. You're going to win 20 games in 2 years. You know? So, phenomenal player. I love Y.A. Black.
Yeah, those two guys definitely. On Derek Harmon, like during the game, I don't know, Steelers fans, if y'all watched it, the commentator got him mixed up with Cam Hayward. I believe it was on the sack. He was calling saying, "Oh, Cam Hayward got the sack." Cam Hayward. It ended up being Derek Harmon. So your question on the eye test, I think he passed it along. And he talked about it during this week about being on the snap count. And he said this week it's not going to be one. 100% go. So I'm ready for it. And YA Black, most definitely, my case, I'm going to say, got to be in the nose tackle. Keanu Bitten, you got to get up out of there. I don't know why the Steelers hate him. I don't know what he did to Mike T, but hey, he's getting pushed around and like a rag doll out there. So
the most impressive thing about Harmon was the sack he missed when he was chasing down Derek May.
Oh my gosh, he was so close.
The fact that he almost got Derek May in the open field at his size, I'd tell you.
On my show, I kept telling my peoples, I was like, look, maybe we need Derek Harmon. Maybe he's going to be the savior. Derek Harmon gets on the field, gets the sack. Next thing you know, TJ Watt. Next thing you know, Cam Hayward. It's like the energy comes. Oh, this is what we're supposed to be doing. Now we got somebody else that also can go get it, just like we want to go get it, and that's going to bring it. Ramsey also, he brings that to the Steelers team.
Is your guys' defensive line, would you guys say that that's your strength of your team, or is it somewhere else?
No, it's not yet. We just got a glimpse of it for the first time just last week.
I don't think we've fully seen our defense at all.
No, not at all. No.
So what is the strength of the Pittsburgh Steelers so far?
It's honestly, I don't know if I can put on it. To me, it's an incomplete right now because the best defensive player from last year, not named TJ Watt, is hurt, and that's Deshaun Elliott, who's a rock. I mean, the guy just absolutely he is as big of a factor in the run defense as some of our linebackers are. I will say this. I mean, Peyton Wilson took a step back this year. I don't think he's a 3-down linebacker. No. I do think he could help against someone like Hawkinson because he's a linebacker that can run. It's really the edge rushers because I'm going to tell you one guy that you guys better watch out for. Don't tell the coaches this. Let him do his thing. Nick Herbig. Next great outside linebacker. That man has been in 32 football games and forced 8 forced fumbles. In 32 games as a backup. That's very limited snaps. This guy makes plays left, right. He has a motor that doesn't quit. If he can start warning attention when Highsmith gets back off injury, TJ's still going to be TJ, but you give him help. And then Sawyer from Ohio State comes in. There's a good complement of outside linebackers on it. But really right now, guys, it's an incomplete because we've missed so many pieces on the defense. So I'm going to tell you this: it may not be this week, but one of these weeks coming up, the steel curtain's going to come back on somebody. Because
we're just going to kind of hope it's not this week. So
it got to be this week.
All I heard is the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have a strength. That's all I heard.
So, guys, how worried are you collectively about our run game? Because we just spent a lot of time before you jumped on talking about Jordan Mason. He had 7 yards a carry last week. He did pretty well. He showed up pretty well when he was playing against the Bears, too. Didn't have a lot of opportunities against Falcons, but how worried are you about the run game? How worried are you about us controlling the clock on you and that type of stuff?
I'm a little bit
very minimal
about it. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm going to tell you why. And it's because it's Jordan Mason. Right, Jordan Mason is the type of running back that gives us problems. Like he just is, having that quick burst and stuff. Like in that. Listen, no, he's definitely a dude who's going to give us. He definitely gives us some issues. I think our middle linebackers may have some problem. Not PQ, but Peyton might have some issue with that. We'll see though. We'll see. If you get him in space, it might cause a problem. We might miss a tackle or two. That's possible as well.
I think that's where you put in Cole Hogan.
Yeah.
Where's he been at? We got him to be 3rd down back.
Yeah.
I get it, the injury, but now you healthy. I know pass coverage is part.
When he's done. Could I address that when he's done?
Yeah, I'm addressing it right now.
No, you guys definitely can, but I gotta address something that me and Tommy here, we call him Unk. We've been agreeing a lot lately. And Fish, like I always told you, if you're agreeing with Tommy, you're doing something right. All right, go ahead, GB. Address that.
No, I was
Address
gonna
that.
say,
You addressed it, and I got something to say
I
as well.
actually disagree. I actually thought that the defense is our strength, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because our takeaways are incredible. That's the thing. Look, you stats all day, but the stats you want to look at is our plus minus. That's the reason why we're 2-1 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right? Our offense has to catch up with the defense. The defense is statistically speaking, stats don't matter. Wins and losses matter, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? And at the end of the day, the defense puts us in the position to win all the time, and that's the one thing that I don't know anything about your ball security, but I hope that you guys were carrying I hope you guys were carrying wet balls and they were trying to hit them with boxing gloves, because the Peanut Tillman is coming. I'm just letting y'all know the Peanut Tillman is coming, and it's coming with TJ and it's coming with Jalen, and all those guys are going for that ball, man. They're very very much a ball hungry defense. They may miss some tackles just because they out there punching instead of rapping. You know what I mean? So that's the thing you want to be. You definitely want to be. You want to be concerned about. And I know they have
so
the
again,
same
real,
thing. Sure.
real quick, and 100% is not a cop out. It's my honest answer. It's incomplete right now. That's what I feel, because there have been so many injuries right now. If I were to say if everybody's healthy, I think the strength would end up being the secondary. It's been a long time since we were able to say that.
Yeah.
Because of the versatility of the secondary. Does your running game scare us? I would say yes, but it's not for the players. It's because of O'Connell. I think the way he calls the game, I respect so much. I think he is a very, very good offensive mind. It's not about running the football as much as it is when you run the football. And you catch guys off guard, you catch the teams off guard. And I watch a lot of. I have the Sunday ticket. I have 4 TVs down here in my basement. I watch every freaking game, and I watch a lot of the Vikings because I respect O'Connell. I like the way he calls the game. It's just the way the Vikings call the game has me worried more than it does like Mason or Aaron Jones when he's there as well. So it does worry me. But if I was the Vikings, I would be confident in your run game every week because of who your coach and /OC is.
Yeah. See, we gotta have a different opinion on that because we don't feel our coach runs the ball enough.
Well, that might listen. You guys know better than I, but I'm just saying from what I see from afar. And again, I watch the games. I obviously don't watch them as close as you guys do, but from what I see, I just have a lot of respect for them.
I like your word incomplete. It makes sense, and it kind of reminds me of this Vikings team too, right? You guys got a lot of injuries, new starters on the team, right? We had a lot of roster changeover over the offseason. We had 27 new players out of the 53 on this team right now this year from that 14-win season. So I feel like we're incomplete too, right? The defense is starting to get it together, right? And it showed last week. The offense is still slogging around. I mean, brand new quarterbacks. It's going to take a while to get moving.
Yeah.
So if you had a word for incomplete, who is the most incomplete team? Is it the Minnesota Vikings right now, or is it the Pittsburgh Steelers?
It's definitely us. It's Pittsburgh. I'm gonna say it's Pittsburgh. When in the national media, you got talks out there of trading for C.J. Gardner-Johnson, trading for Dexter Lawrence, trading for an offensive tackle, a wide receiver, a running back. So many possibilities that could come up for the Steelers. That's the answer to say that. And at the same time, like we talked about with the corners, last week they really didn't target Jalen Ramsey at all. We're just going to leave him over there. We're going to target Brandon Echols. Brandon Echols making some plays, but at the same time, Brandon Echols is not a Joey Porter. Right. You bring Joey Porter back, now you don't know where Jalen Ramsey is because you could put Echols in Joey P there, put Jalen to the safety. And like we mentioned, Deshaun Elliott, he's out too. We brought in Jabril Peppers, had a game. I'm going to give him his props. Love it. But Thornhill, not it. Got to get up out of here. So you bring Deshaun Elliott back and boom, maybe that's it. And go trade for C.J. Gardner-Johnson or Dexter Lawrence added to that defense. Hey, top 5.
And that brings me to my last question. You guys had a lot of big name acquisitions in the offseason, right? And we know the AFC North is really hard on one and done coaches, with Marvin Lewis and the Bengals. Is Mike Tomlin on the hot seat for constantly being one and done after the Super Bowls.
No.
You know
I'ma
who our
say no.
owner is? You know who our owner is?
Not going nowhere. Not going nowhere.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about our owner, Mr. Rooney, and all the Rooneys. They're very big on contract. Okay, so they're going to honor the contract. How long does Mike Tomlin have left? 3 years.
Another 3 years.
They got 3 years. So he'll be here for at least 2 because he'll decide at the end if he's going to leave or not. That's just what it is. Yeah, look, as a black man, I'm very happy that he has that much power. I ain't gonna lie, because ain't too many guys like that got that much in the NFL too. He's the most protected man in the NFL right now, and I'm okay with it because I love the dude.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that he is not getting. He got tenure like he's a college professor, and I love it. And I love that people hate it.
I mean, low key, we were hoping he'd be our defensive coordinator after Brian Flores leaves, but I mean,
yeah. And I think one of the biggest mistakes in Vikings history was not making that man the Vikings head coach after what he did with our defense. Yeah. And the second biggest mistake is getting rid of Brian Bellick to the Ravens, and then he wins the Super Bowl.
Brian Bellick, yeah. So
I was such a fan of that team. That Randy Moss, Jake Reed, Chris Carter, Randall Cunningham. Oh man, I love that team, man.
They were so fun to watch. They were so fun to watch.
That's so yes. Yeah. Go ahead, Dudek. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So yeah, he's definitely the Rooneys aren't. They're an owner he's an owner that does not bend to public pressure. The public pressure is there's fans here that wanted him gone in 2016. So we've been dealing with this for years. There's a joke on here, and this happened this year too. When the Steelers beat the Jets, there was pictures of the Steelers in Green Bay Super Bowl. This is a Super Bowl year. All this stuff. Steelers lose to the Seahawks. The 3-14, fire everybody. Tomlin sucks. I mean, it's this roller coaster of a ride, and the Rooney just like, you know what? Especially after last year, 10-3, then collapsed with the last 4 or 5 losses in the playoff loss to the Ravens. Come on, he's our guy. We think he did a really good job, and for the most part, he did. The problem is the attrition is led to a lot of the playoffs failure. And let's be honest. Does anybody that knows football in their right mind think Mason Rudolph is going to beat Josh Allen in the playoffs?
I think Mason Rudolph would be in the playoffs.
No, again, no, granted, that's a playoff loss, and it does suck, right? The last game of Ben Roethlisberger's career went up against the juggernaut Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think the Steelers had any business being in that game?
But
so I will
are you going to develop a quarterback with a defensive head coach?
That's what sounds like. Well, to your point, Keith. Here, this is an issue with Mike Tomlin, is picking an offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. We had one here in Todd Haley, had a top 5 offense, and you know what? And Meech, you could probably agree with this too, right? Had top 5 offense, and everybody wanted Todd Haley out of town.
They wanted to fire him.
A top 5 offense. You know why? Because him and Ben butted heads.
Yep, him and Ben. And
then he hired Ben's buddy in Fichtner, and then I don't want to talk about that.
After that,
make me go refill this damn thing.
So about this week, I want to get into this week.
Yeah.
Fish, I want you to tell these guys, if you were a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, what would you be worried about with the Minnesota Vikings?
3. Jordan Addison's back.
Yeah.
I don't know who your cornerback 2 is, but he about to have a busy day.
I'm still mad that we ain't draft his ass. Good Lord.
Yeah, we saw him at University of Pittsburgh here for a while.
Watched him at Pitt, man. I mean, he made Pickett what he put Pickett on the map, bro.
Yeah, this is going to be the problem.
Oh man,
for you guys, it's going to be Jordan Addison coming back.
We know.
Is Joey Porter playing?
Yeah, I was just about to say. Hopefully,
he was limited today.
Yeah.
So was Elliott. They're both.
And him and Elliott were both limited, but they practiced. So
I'm gonna go on the limb and say that we're gonna have pretty much the full gambit, not Alex Highsmith. Yeah, we're gonna have the full gambit. They're playing for this one. This is a 5-star matchup, and the Rooneys are Irish as all get out. They don't get no more Irish than the Rooneys. They're gonna pull out all the stops. I promise you. Even Dan and Art up in heaven up there putting some little Irish love out there, man. I promise you, that's what's going to go down in Dublin.
We're a little far away from St. Patrick's Day, fellas. I'm sorry.
Man, we need it. We need it, man.
Which one of you has the beer on you? All right, let's do a cheers. I'm going to ask you a question about matchups.
Nice.
All right, what is cheers right here? What matchup worries you the most out of our skill position players compared to one of your defensive players?
That's probably what Fish just said. Addison, and it's not. I'm not going to slight Jefferson either. He's a problem for everybody. It's the quick, shifty receivers. I mean, Jefferson's is a stud. He's arguably the top 2 receiver in the league with him and Chase, right?
Yeah.
But Addison's shiftiness in his route running worries me. Double moves worry me because the defense is very aggressive, which could be suspect to a double move. So I think that he worries me the most. Out of all the skill positions, Hawkinson I think will be good, no matter what. But Addison worries me the most.
It's not a player. It's a schematic. You guys run deep crossing routes very well, and we do not cover them well.
Yeah.
I'm very concerned about
that's
that.
kind of a problem.
Especially when you got Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison doing the crossing. That's a problem.
Jump in with Jack. Did Chase play last week or was he injured? I don't remember hearing his name.
He did fumble the ball.
Oh, so he did play.
Oh, so he played. Okay. I wasn't sure. I saw one LSU guy play. So, you guys got any questions for us about the Vikings?
I would say, what's one person on your team that you think the national media doesn't give enough credit to?
Javon Hargrave.
You guys know who he is.
Yes, we do.
That man has been everything we could have wanted him to be so far.
We know.
Do it.
Is he? Yeah, he is a stud, man. He is a stud.
When I talked to somebody at work who's a 49ers fan a few weeks ago, well, before the season, we were talking, and I was saying how much I loved the Mason pickup, and I asked about Hargrave, and he's, well, the thing about Hargrave is that his drive was being questioned, like, taking a lot of plays off and stuff like that. I can say with certainty that through week 3, that is not the case. That man is playing like he's got something to prove.
Yeah.
God bless him. He's one of my favorites. One of my favorites that got away. At one point in life, we had Javon Hargrave, Stephon Tuitt, and Cam Hayward. Oh, PTSD
damn shame.
all over
Damn
the
shame.
Oh man.
I'm gonna say it's a guy that you guys definitely heard of now, but it's Isaiah Rodgers, and that's why you're talking about doing like all these little quick passes. I don't think Isaiah Rodgers is going to be having that. Like, I know, like, now people know who he is because he had the turnovers and the touchdowns, but the guy is a lockdown man cornerback. So whoever they put him on, I think you can just take that guy out of the game, and that's going to make things harder for Aaron Rodgers. And I think that's why our defensive line is going to get there. So, and I think it's Isaiah Rodgers, the one that wasn't getting credit from the media that all of a sudden is.
He was getting it from us the whole way. I mean,
yeah, all of us,
all
right?
4 of us. Yeah.
The one thing that's unique about our offense is that there are different toys to play with every single week, right? And they haven't. There's some toys they haven't even messed with yet. Mount Washington's one of them. They haven't even scratched the surface on what they could do with him. Where's Scotty Miller, right? Where's they haven't touched Roman Wilson yet. There's a lot of toys. Hey, Ben Skoranek scored our first touchdown and he was wide open. Nobody was accounting for him. We call him a wide back because he's a wide receiver fullback. He had his own position, right? So there's different. So if they decide to be creative in using those toys, it can be very dangerous. Isaiah Rodgers is only one guy. right? There's other guys that you're gonna have to account for, and that's the one thing. If they decide to spread you out and allow Aaron to determine pre-snap where he's going to go and read the blitz
Read the
and
blitz,
be Aaron Rodgers, right? A la Ben in his later days. Like if they allow him to do that, I think we will absolutely have a shot. And I actually in our live, I actually said I think Rodgers is going to have I think he's going to have a fantastic game. I really do. And the
You
reason
almost said
being is
career day.
because I didn't
You
say
almost
I almost said that, but no,
You,
not career. I'm gonna say, but I'm
okay,
gonna say
okay.
403 tutties though. I'm gonna say that, and the reason why I'm
400.
saying that 403 tutties, and the reason why I'm going to say that is just what I just talked about, because I think that the menu is finally going to open, and they're going to actually open this thing up to all the different weapons that they have, and Roman Wilson should be, if they do it right, Roman Wilson will play a big role in that.
Shaq, you hearing this? 403 touchdowns against our
fantastic.
defense. What do you think about that, Shaq?
So I'll answer both questions. The one Meech originally asked, a player to watch out for that's not getting enough love, I'll say Josh Oliver, our backup tight end, because he has so many weapons on offense. He's kind of more of an afterthought. And, blocking tight ends don't really get as much love. Like you guys know with Darnell Washington, the big body, but he doesn't get the love because he's not really the catching threat. And to answer your question, Keith, I mean, it's possible because, our defense be looking phenomenal at times. But then when we look at it, it's like we don't know what Vikings defense is going to show up. The one that showed up against the Falcons or the one that showed up against the Bengals. I'm hoping it's the one that showed up against the Bengals and the first 3 quarters against the Bears. So,
yeah.
I believe
We haven't allowed 400 yards in 3 games combined. So
law of averages.
Hey,
you guys might be the first 200-yard passer.
I'm gonna let you Steelers fans know about a underrated player, under the radar player. It's a 7th round pick coming out of Texas A&M Commerce.
Oh,
I don't know if you ever heard of this guy. He's got the locks that look like Palomalu. He just the center of this offensive line. He gets after the quarterback. He stops the run. It's a guy named by Levi Drake Rodriguez. We call him LDR. Every single game with the snaps he is in with the rotation, he has done nothing but excite us Vikings fans when he's out there. And you're going to have a difficult time with our rotation of our defensive tackles, interior defensive line.
I agree with that.
I like that one.
Jonathan Allen's a freaking.
And Jonathan Allen ain't even really showed up yet.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Well, he can take another week off if he wants to.
I mean, really, it's okay. What's your injury report look like?
Pretty good. Besides the guys who were like already marked out before this week started, the only real concerns is Hargraves actually was out yesterday, was limited today. I think he plays, but Van Ginkel has been out yesterday and today with a neck injury, and he only played 8 snaps last week. So the 2 biggest concern of them, I think Hargrave plays. I'm not sure about Van Ginkel, and that's a big loss for us.
I mean, cabin pressure is not good for bad necks. That's a long flight. He should stay in Minnesota. It's okay. It's all right.
Anybody with a concussion ain't making the trip, right?
That's right.
So I got a question, Fish. You just said that. I was looking at this, and I saw Donovan. I don't know exactly who your starters are, too, but Donovan Jackson's guard, he's out. Ryan Kelly was questionable, although he practiced again, but he had a concussion. So did Justin Skol, I believe.
Skol can stay concussed.
Don't worry about
as far as those starters, I mean, I just see a lot of these offensive linemen like with concussions and injuries. Are those starters, or how's the offensive line?
Skol was starting in place of Darisaw, and as far as I'm concerned, we should take him on the trip and push his ass out the plane in the mid-Atlantic without a parachute.
Let him drink Guinness or so before the game or something, right?
Yeah.
He is.
Donovan Jackson is a starter.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a huge loss for us, I think, with DJ. The dude's been nothing but phenomenal since we drafted him coming in here. But Darrisaw being over there, back again, he's healthy. It should alleviate some stress on that left side of our offensive line. And Brandel, when he's put in the position to replace a starter, he's done pretty well. Unless
with
you're
Darrisaw next to him.
yeah, well, unless you're Micah Parsons, then he's been completely dog shit. But other than that, I'm pretty happy.
I want to see how he do against Cam Hayward.
Yeah, that's my biggest worry. If I had to worry for
especially after the game,
Cam Hayward against Brandel.
And like I said, throw Harmon in there too, because one of the stats I said are bloated on it too. So that's why I was asking about your offensive line, because outside of Drake May's couple long runs, New England had no running game
at all.
So that was a Derek Harmon factor. And Benton played better too. Even I think he might be out of position. Maybe I think Meach was mentioned earlier, like moving him around, Benton around, because he kind of gets blown up as on a nose tackle. But that's going to be an interesting matchup. So that's again why I was asking about your offensive line health.
Hey, I'm not worried about it because we got another ginger at the starting quarterback position. He's going to take us on that 14 games.
He actually worries me the most.
Let me just say this: if Ryan Kelly doesn't play, I would become more concerned.
Yeah,
I'm not really worried about Blake. I'm not worried about Blake Brandel being, if he's in between Darrisaw and Kelly, he'll have enough support on double teams to where he'll be fine. But if Ryan Kelly doesn't play Jurgens, I'm probably a little more iffy about the interior of our offensive line. As for the run game, with Darrisaw in there, I think y'all are going to have a problem with us running over the left side, even with it being Brandel. There is a monumental difference when Darrisaw is in the game in our ability to go over the left side.
Yeah, I liked him coming out of college. I know he's a stud though too. The only guy, we had a guy who's kind of an out of place guy is DeMarvin Leal, who could play over there. He's not necessarily the pass rush guy, but he's a bigger body that might be able to get with him as well. But Herbig's a smaller guy, so maybe the speed factor could be a problem there too. But we'll see. Like I said, that's why I think it's a great matchup. I think two good teams still trying to figure each other out. Incomplete on both, like Keith and Cody were saying, and it is what it is. It's week 3. I think all teams are incomplete really right now. It's week 3. So
when it comes to the run game, what worries me, and based off of last week, like you said, they didn't break out big runs. But the thing was, when they needed to run the ball, they ran it down our throat, kept converting over third downs and picking up 4 downs alone. One thing y'all said about the Steelers, the steel curtain, I said it on my podcast with Big Jack. I told him he called us a shower curtain. I said, man, we're the steel carpet. We're the steel carpet. We ain't a curtain at all. We're not a curtain at all. We're the steel carpet. You can run. You can do what you want. Hopefully that changes. So when it comes to the run game with y'all, I got to respect them. But at the same time, it's more on us. What are we going to do? Because that's one of our calling cards on defense, being able to stop that run and run the ball. So if our offensive line can do something, Jaylen Warren can sauce them up. My man been doing hurdles and all. Give him something, Give him some push and defense. You got to stop the run. And I think we'll be all right. Send the pressure at Carson Wentz, too, because I don't think he really wants the smoke.
Oh, hey, Joe, what's up?
Good for you.
They talk it in the chat.
That's fine. He would be the one guy that if the Steelers win would make all the excuses in the world and also would not show up in chat. So it'd be the rest fault, it'd be all kind of other shit.
So
hey, listen, you guys could talk all the talk. I got nothing respect for both of them, but have your fun.
Yeah. Actually, I think Brian Flores should have stayed here.
Yeah.
I was surprised that only lasted 1 year.
Well, I think he wasn't really a defensive coordinator for them. He was like a defensive assistant.
It's Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin gave him a job just because he shouldn't be jobless. He's too good.
He really should. Yeah. And I think the disconnect was Mike wanted to keep his hand in there, and maybe Brian wanted to run things his way. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to this game, seeing that matchup. What defense is really going to win? Brian Flores led or Mike Tomlin, Terrell Austin led?
So it'll be fun.
Yeah. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers can pick y'all apart when y'all try to do some exotic blitzes and stuff like that, changing your defense, catch 12 men on the field. Maybe we can get some penalties out of y'all. So.
Talking about B-Flow, right now, a lot of the talk is Aaron Rodgers versus B-Flow for like a matchup, right? Well, in the past, it would be Justin Jefferson versus Jalen Ramsey. So why isn't it not Justin Jefferson versus Jalen Ramsey? Why is it Aaron Rodgers versus B-Flow?
I think it's because when the secondaries all together, it's way more than just Jalen Ramsey. You know what I mean? I mean, you're talking about Darius Slay, who's a return, who's also a Super Bowl winner, and you talk about JPJ, and then you add into the Deshaun Elliott as well, and then you can move Jalen Ramsey all over the place. Like he doesn't always have to. He plays corner. He's in the outside. He plays slot. They got him playing safety. They had him playing free to one time. He was back 20 yards. Playing free safety. They move him all over the place. So I think what they're going to end up doing to Jefferson is they're probably going to bracket him. Is probably what they're going to do, and probably try to take him out of the equation the best way they can. But that's going to open up, Addison. You got to kind of pick your poison when it comes to this.
And let's just be real. It ain't Aaron Rodgers versus B-Flow. It's Aaron Rodgers versus Hitman.
Yeah, this could be the end of that saga.
Yeah.
We thought it was last year. But,
yeah, I picture Harrison Smith versus Aaron Rodgers like I picture no Moss. Like that's just how it's like. It's always like a boxing match like that between those two. Man, it's so awesome to watch every year.
Hold on, I gotta profile this one. This is what I'm talking about right here.
Keep waiting. All right, fellas, I'm going to let you all get out of here. I know it's getting late for you, but before we do that, why don't we go around the horn and give our predictions on this game?
Got it.
All right, I'll
go ahead,
first.
Meech.
I'll go first. Score prediction, I got 27-20 in favor of the Vikings. Just going to say it. I think it come down to the last minute, and y'all get the touchdown.
All right.
Well, I yelled at Dudek earlier because he picked the Vikings on our live podcast. So I'm not going to be we ain't going to be a whole Vikings win over here as far as I'm concerned. Shit.
I got to be real. I like the Vikings, man.
I'm going to say, and I said it earlier today, I do feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to I think he's going to have a big game because it is the Minnesota Vikings. Right, and you add the Irish. There's a lot of. I think there's just going to be a lot. This version of the Steelers is really wants this game. I could tell you that, and then they're going to go into a bye week and things of that nature and recoup. So I'm going to say, 33-27. It'll be. We'll pull one out at the end of the game, and I'm guessing it's going to be Calvin Austin.
Okay. Some predictions with that
I'm
one.
not mad at that
what
at
you
all.
got?
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, Meech took my score that I had as well, and I agree. And honestly, I am agreeing with the Vikings win. And reason I was saying that is it's the respect of the defense and the playmaking ability of the defense. I do think Aaron Rodgers could have a really good game, and I think a lot of that yardage is hidden yardage. It could be catch and runs. It could be, Aaron's not throwing the ball 40 yards downfield in the dime. That's yardage can come from, hitting a guy on a slant and taking it to the house like a Calvin Austin, a Romo Wilson, or DK, things like that, versus a blitz, a very aggressive Minnesota Vikings defense. That's where I do think Aaron Rodgers is still an upper echelon, not an elite, but upper echelon quarterback with that. But he still needs to be protected and things like that. I just think that there's too many playmakers on the defense. I have a lot of respect for Brian Flores. So that's why I said 27-20 on the Vikings, because I said at the beginning of the year, I said the Steelers would be 3-1 going into the bye week, and I tabbed my loss as the Minnesota Vikings. And Zoe in Sports is really talking that shit. I love it. I love it. I love it. If the Steelers do end up winning, I'm going to come back and talk to that guy.
Well, I'll let you know about that after this.
So anyway, but no, honestly, I love it. Listen, good-hearted shit talking between fans. That's great. But
Oh yeah.
I'm looking just for the chess match. You guys mentioned Harrison Smith. You mentioned Aaron Rodgers. This is going to be such a good game. It could games like 17-13 can still be good. I think 27-20 will be good. I do think the Vikings do prevail here, though. I do think there might be some of that Rooney Ireland stuff going on maybe there. So hopefully I'm wrong, but that's the way I see it.
And just to throw in something real quick, Mike Tomlin's 24-11 in one-score games.
Mm-hmm.
It can go either way. So
either way.
Well,
he
that's
coaches well and messes, if you will.
not the
Pittsburgh
record in 3 years.
Not to burst your bubble in the one-score game. I'm going to call it like this, just like I called it last week against the Bengals. I didn't think it was going to be close. I thought it was going to be 27-10 Minnesota Vikings. They only scored 10 last week. I think it's going to be a 31-13 ball game. Minnesota Vikings winning this. I don't think it's going to be close just because of the run game. I don't think you guys got the run game to move forward to keep the head of the chains, keep time of possession. I think Minnesota Vikings wins in a blowout.
This ain't Cincinnati. Just go throw that out there.
But your offense looks like Cincinnati's defense.
Hey, defense win championships.
Show me one.
Like I said, at some point, I would just say this. Like I said, I don't know if it'll be this week. At some point, the team that we thought we were getting in the offseason is going to show up. I just don't know when it's going to be.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. You're talking about, Cody, about the tradition, about the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's still an aura about them. It's definitely not what it used to be. At some point, it's going to show up. And maybe not you guys, but there's some fans that are going to sit there and go, "Wow, shit," because they're not dominating the league like we used to. So, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the game. It'll be a great game. Got to wake up early for that football.
That's early. That's 6:30 a.m. for me. See, I'm winning. I'm winning this one tonight, but on Sunday I'm losing because that's 6:30 in the morning for me.
That's the perfect time to watch football.
No, it's not. That's the perfect time.
I could not do that, man. I feel you for that, man. I couldn't do that on a regular basis on the West Coast, man. Like, no.
I hate 10 a.m. games like those. Like I got to get myself out of bed like at 9:15. Hurry up and get the thing turned on. Like 6:30 is just ridiculous. So you guys win on that one. You know, I know 9's still early, but it ain't 6:30.
Peterson ain't even going to bed.
Right, because it's 5 a.m. for him. He's in Alaska. All right, so I'm close with Cody. I got the Vikings win this one 30-16.
Cool.
Nothing else to add to that. Just 30-16.
My goodness.
I think we win this one pretty handedly. I think it's a bad day for Aaron Rodgers. I don't even know if he gets half of that 400 you're asking for, GB, but we'll see.
If you guys don't know, we do this competition with points systems and like closest scores. Keith always bets that fucking teaser score the whole time.
They got one of the best field goal kickers in the NFL. So they're gonna kick a lot of field goals.
Last week he said 19 or some shit like that.
Hey, look, we don't win football games off of that kicker.
19.
No, for sure you have. It's gonna be hard to kick your way to 30 points because we're getting 30.
Let's go, Boswell.
Like a fish.
Money buys. I put my money on him.
So there's been one
one
mitigating factor that has not been mentioned at all tonight in our conversation about this game, and that's what's going to keep this game close to me and fit relatively low scoring. I'm going to say 21-17 Vikings, and the reason is going to be because of the playing surface.
What are they playing on?
Some Irish bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, they both got
the European surfaces have kind of traditionally not been ideal playing surfaces.
a lot of sloppiness.
All right, Shaq, tell us why you got the Steelers.
Okay, I'll tell you why I don't have the Steelers.
Come on, Shaq.
Sorry.
We got faith in you, my boy.
I believe the Vikings will win 21-13. I believe the Steelers will probably get a lot of yardage, but we're going to keep them out of the end zone.
GV is fuming down there.
No,
he's
not at all.
Man. He's fuming.
We do have a good red zone defense. So do you guys.
I'm just looking like, really? Everybody's saying we ain't gonna score. We only gonna score 13.
GB, I had this game as a loss
16.
at the beginning of this. So
Yeah, keep
I actually
maybe
had us going
16.
6-0 at the beginning, and then it gets
Oh,
murky. Then the waters
so
get
Dan
murky.
Olaski will hate you, my boy.
Yeah, I know. Me and Dan Orlovsky
Dan
don't-
O will hate you.
we don't see things eye to eye ever. So ever,
Well,
ever.
so
ever.
Dudek, to your point, I don't know what you guys do, but after every Vikings game, we do go live, and Zoe is usually here. So win or loss, you guys are invited to come join us. If you guys aren't doing your own show, you can come on, win or lose, and we could do this again and talk about it. And we actually let more of the audience come in on that show too. So
That'd be
you
dope.
know, maybe you could tell Zoe to his face, GB, if you guys you end up pulling that out.
And I'm gonna tell you.
Zoe,
Hold
you
on,
better
I'm gonna
watch
warm you
out.
up. This is Zoe. Hey GB, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. And then it'll eventually come.
It'll come, yeah.
Are you guys coming on with the podcast before the game sometime this week, or are you guys done for the week?
Probably gonna be done for the week. I got GB. He's very involved with the high school football team in his area, so tomorrow night is out. I
Yeah.
have my daughter's coming back from college. I have some things to do, so it's then Saturdays. I watch college football. I don't care about the NFL on Saturdays.
Okay, so in the future, whenever we come play your Steelers, you guys come play us. You can always
Absolutely.
hit one of us up, and we'll pop on with y'all.
Absolutely, that'd be dope.
No, that would be good, man. I honestly, real talk. I said I appreciate the back and forth, the trash talking on there. I love it. I know, and I really appreciate you guys coming out. I think it's a really cool thing that you guys do, bringing fans of the other team on, man. I think it's good content, good banter. It's all done respectfully. Even the trash talk's done respectfully. It's all good. So I love it. I had a blast.
It
Absolutely.
gets a little disrespectful from Cody when we get a Packers fan on here.
Yeah,
That's
don't
when-
bring a Packers fan on this one.
Yeah.
I live across the street.
As a
There are
Ravens,
two-
going against the Ravens, I could see that. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's two Ravens fans that live across the street from me in my neighborhood, and I'd be lying to say if I didn't think about some toilet paper every once in a while, especially if
I was just about to say, you want some help? You want some help? My brother is a Ravens
you know what?
fan.
Honestly, I'm thankful they're good guys, and I really like them as men. Or if not, they would have a lot of crap on their house. So I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, like I said, my brother is a Ravens fan. So growing up in the household with him, we going at it.
Yeah.
Look, I've been a Steelers fan as long as I can remember. That was the first team, the only team.
Yep.
That was it. Didn't like nobody else. And then as I got older, learned the history, the Art Rooney, the Rooney Rule, and all that, being a black man. Yeah, I like them. I like them. Nobody else. So me and him, when we play, win or lose, somebody got to get in the field, boxing gloves. Let's get at it.
Yeah.
We don't talk so much junk the whole game.
Cody's brother's a Lions fan, so his family life has been hell the last couple years.
Yeah, it's been rough. Everybody's a fucking Viking fan on my side of the family. Besides my brother, he's a Lions fan. So it's he's that dude at the podium, with the middle fingers up.
Yeah.
I got some of my family in here in the chat. They're New York fans, so they ain't gonna say nothing.
Giants or Jets?
Giants fans, they ain't gonna say nothing.
It don't matter. Either one.
Well, tell them Malik Neighbors he's scoring me some fantasy points this weekend. Where I'm
Tell them
dropping
to trade.
Well,
Malik Neighbors.
Russell Wilson quits throwing 30-yard bombs in the red zone.
Yeah,
He's
got
retired.
Jackson
He
Dart
retired
now.
today. He's out of here.
Did he retire?
Yeah,
Did
he
he-
retired today.
He really retired because he got benched.
He got
Yeah.
benched.
Oh, see, he needs a play, so we get that higher compensatory pick.
Yeah, so far that Sam Darnold and Dan
Yeah, when he
Jones-
got benched, that dropped.
Yeah, it dropped
See,
into
so-
like season tickets.
Daniel Jones was a good quarterback. It was the Giants.
Imagine
How about
that, huh?
All right, fellas. Well, good luck with your channels. And Meech, we subscribed to you yesterday. I think we were either 100 or 101. I was trying to be number 100, and we subscribed to your guys'
I
channel as
appreciate
well.
it.
So
Thank
I'll
you
be
so
watching
much.
you guys and popping in like I did today. And like I
Yeah, you
said,
were scouting
you'll
us
be
there. I
here.
liked it. I
Yeah.
like it. You know what? Honestly, I did not get a chance, but I'll make sure I go subscribe to your guys' channel as well. I
Yes,
appreciate that. I didn't get a
100%.
chance to do it now, but I definitely will. And I'll
Appreciate it.
I'll look you guys up on the Twitters and everything as well. So
Can y'all plug your
Thank you
channels
very
real quick?
Go ahead, Burkave.
All right,
Well-
yeah. So real quick, yeah, it's the Bird Cave Meech. We got to hook up on some things here too, man. I appreciate hanging with
Most
you.
definitely
as well.
appreciate it. Thanks for
The
the
Bird
opportunity.
Cave. If anybody out here, obviously we're born and raised Pittsburgh. We're Steelers channels, but we also talk a lot of other football, college football, NFL football, and we like to partake in the brewskis, which I've already killed here. So if you like talking football, drinking beers with the guys, and just talking some guy shenanigans, hop on over to the Bird Cave YouTube channel with myself and GB. The GB, finish it up, brother.
That's it, man. Coming through from the 412. That's what we do over here. Thanks for having us, man. We
Thanks for
really,
having us,
really
man.
appreciate it, man. This was a great deal of fun. Looking forward to many more podcasts with you guys in the future. Good stuff.
For sure. And I link both of their shows in the description of this show, so you can find both of their podcasts, and especially in the off season, trying to find more football content.
Absolutely.
But
Awesome.
thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, y'all.
Take care, y'all.
All right. Oops. That was cool. That was fun.